less than 24 hours to go, Governor Pillen officially calls lawmakers back to work with a plan that will cut some taxes and raise others.
State senators are conflicted. Some excited to get to work on what they see as the defining issue in Nebraska. Others frustrated by what they call a disrespectful move from the governor. Steve White reports on what to expect when the special session starts tomorrow.
This whole plan really isn't the governor's. It's a Nebraska plan.
The governor calls lawmakers back to work. But Fred Meyer says there are 17 senators pushing for property tax reform.
I know the governor gets, he kind of gets blamed, or this is the direction we're going. But there's a group of us all working together, and we have come together with our minds kind of in one direction, that this is what we need to go in order to change things.
The governor waiting to the final day to issue the proclamation that lays out what topics can be discussed. The last-minute announcement brought frustration from several, including Senator Justin Wayne, who said on social media it was blatant disrespect not to give senators more time. Debate is limited to topics outlined by the governor, including budget cuts.
Find all the savings they can there, and they're estimating they come up with somewhere between $325 and $350 million.
Any senator can introduce legislation.
There will be a couple of different proposals that are serious proposals. I'm sure there will be some that are not.
There's always the threat of a filibuster, or senators could adjourn without acting. Meyer thinks it's time to do something. He wants to eliminate property taxes as a funding source for local schools, saying they continue to escalate.
Which is not sustainable for the citizens of Nebraska.
Meyer says Nebraska has good schools, but the state needs to fund them, taking the pressure off local property taxpayers.
Steve White reporting. Now the governor has narrowed down the list of topics that can be discussed, and that includes state budget cuts and so-called sin taxes, higher taxes on cigarettes and alcohol, plus new sales taxes and eliminating some sales tax exemptions. Education funding is also included, plus a cap on local spending.
The Distilled Spirits Council of the U.S. reacting, saying, quote, increasing taxes by more than 280% on spirits consumers and an industry not fully recovered from the devastating impacts of the pandemic is completely misguided. These taxes will be passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Higher prices will lead to a loss in sales, and a loss in sales will lead businesses to cut employment.